Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Toxicity and welcome back to another episode of our NBA 2K rebuilds video. Yesterday you would have seen the Charlotte Hornets video, and today we are doing the Brooklyn Nets. So we're staying in the East. The East is a little bit more friendly compared to the West, so we're going to be sticking here for a little while longer. I think the next two videos are also going to be teams in the East, so that will be next week. But the Brooklyn Nets made a massive trade in the offseason, getting rid of Mikal Bridges and bringing in a lot of draft talent into their squad. They also have quite a lot of veteran pieces here that we can definitely look to move at the deadline or even move before we start the next season. And there's just a lot of young talent here that could very well be good players in the future. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is move Ben Simmons over to the power forward. We're going to see if we can keep Ben Simmons moving forward. As an Australian, I wish Ben all the best. I support all the Aussie guys in the NBA. But we're going to be seeing what he can do. Does Cam Thomas go? He goes down, so we'll keep him as a shooting guard. We might need to look for another point guard unless we want to play Dennis Schroeder to the trade deadline. Might make some moves. Claxton is going to be our center moving forward, and then Sharp is going to be the backup. I think Finney Smith might be better as a small forward, so that's going to be good. And Bogdan goes up as a small forward as well. So maybe he even comes off the bench for us. But we've got Trendon Watford. We've got Killian Hayes now. We've got Zaire Williams. We've got lots of players down here like Jalen Wilson and Keon Johnson who we can definitely start and definitely play around with. Like, there's just so much young talent on this team. So I'm going to scout through and have a look who is left in free agency. Maybe we can sign one more piece and or even make one more trade. And then I will start the next season and see where we go. Okay, so in player progression, Cam Thomas is up to an 85 overall. Claxton's an 83 overall. Ben Simmons is an 82, but that's considering we moved him from a point guard over to a power forward. Dennis Schroeder is an 80. Cam Johnson is going down for some reason. Hopefully when we get some game time into him, he can bounce back. He's going to be our starting power forward for sure. Finney Smith is a 78. Bogdan is a 78 as well. Darren Sharp and Noah Clowney are 77s. Watford is going down. I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, then we've got Killian Hayes and a bunch of other young guys down here that we need to think about as well. So I'm thinking we go through to the trade deadline or even start the season trading out some of our older guys, trying to get some picks. We'll pick some teams that potentially are going to be contenders that might want Bogdan and some other important pieces, maybe Dennis Schroeder. And we can see if we can get some young talent back in. Now, this is going to be a 5-year rebuild. Forgot to mention that because obviously we want to try and be bad. We want to try and get like a Cooper Flag or someone like that on this team. So yeah, let's see how we go. I'm going to set the rotation. We're going to send some guys to the G League, and then we'll start the season off with maybe a couple trades, or maybe we'll wait through to a couple games into the season. Okay, so we have hit a snag already. So we need to cut down 3 players from our roster. So we can potentially trade them now. I kind of wanted to start with Bojan, but if we need to, maybe if we can get a pick or something for him, that would be nice. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anything we want for him. I don't think anyone really has the salary to take him on. That's fine. We might keep him around. I don't know what else we can do. So I think we might just see what our roster's looking like, and we might have to maybe release Jalen Martin. I don't really want to do that. Yeah, we might have to, unfortunately. So I'll release Jalen Martin. Keon Johnson, I think we'll keep. Gilliard, do we want to keep him? Do we want to trade him? I'm not sure. Or not trade him or delist him. Like, he's pretty minimal contract-wise. Brought him in from Memphis. I think we let him go. I don't think he's going to be playing ahead of Killian Hayes. So we're going to release Gilliard. And then Dariq Whitehead I want to keep. Keita Bates I kind of want to keep. Can we maybe see if we can get a pick for him? That would be nice. And then everyone else is most likely going to make the rotation next year. So we'll see what we can get for Keita Bates. Is there a pick or something out there? Okay, there's the Los Angeles Clippers pick here, which is nice. A Grizzlies pick, which is lottery protected. A second round pick. Lots of trade exceptions. But I think we may go with a second round pick. Another second round pick. I think it may go with swap worst or lottery protected. We'll go this. Fine, may as well. That's fine. Okay, so I don't think we need to delist anyone else. We get rid of Keita Bates, unfortunately, and we get rid of a couple other guys. So I think Dennis Schroeder is going to start for us. He definitely is. We're going to make this a 10-man rotation under Jordi Fernandez. Okay, so Cam Thomas is going to get a lot of minutes. They want to start Bogdan. I think we still start Finney Smith, or we can play Bogdan some good minutes. I want to play Johnson over Simmons, but Simmons can still get 26 minutes and see what he can do. So we'll bump all these guys up. We'll go 28, 28, 28. Claxton can get 31. Cam Thomas can get 31. I do want to play Clowney a little bit. And I want to play Sharp a little bit too. So I'll play... So this is where it gets difficult. This is where it gets really difficult. I think we might play Hayes over Clowney, which is a bit weird, I know, but I think that's going to be better for us. And Trenton Watford, I think I want to play, which leaves a lot of guys out of the rotation, which is pretty sad. Do we send some of these guys to the G League just for a year? Thinking we may have to. So we'll give Killian Hayes 16 minutes. We'll give Trenton Watford 14 minutes. And then I'll send some of these guys to the G League. But that's going to be the rotation for this year. I don't think we're going to be very good. We don't want to be very good. At the deadline, we're most likely going to be even worse. So we're 3-star balanced. I'm going to send a couple of our young guys to the G League, which I think they're not going to like too much. Derek Whitehead is going to go. We send Jalen Wilson. Like Zaire Williams isn't even getting any time, which is crazy. We'll send Jalen Wilson down there too, even though he's 23. But we'll play through to the deadline or a little bit before, and we'll make a few big moves. So we're here at the trade deadline. We're currently 14th in our conference power ranking as us 27th. We're 19 and 32, which is exactly where I wanted to be. I didn't want to be good. I didn't want to be bad. We just kind of wanted to be, around the bottom of the table so we can potentially get a top 5 pick, which it looks like we might be heading towards that. Somehow the Spurs are really bad in the West. That's crazy. Did not expect that, but the Wizards are currently sitting there as the worst. So we want to try and get below them, which is going to be a little bit difficult. Where can we see our future upcoming picks? Is that I think I'm being dumb. I think we can just do it. Oh yeah, there you go. Future draft picks. So we have the Knicks first round pick this year and our first round pick this year. We've got a Thunder swap worse with the Clippers there. We got a Bucks pick as well. So we've got lots of first round picks this year, which is going to be great. So I don't think we need to focus on this year's draft. It's currently bucketing down right now, so hopefully you guys can't hear that too much. So I think we need to go for future firsts. We got a lot in 2027, none in 2026. The 2026 draft is also very good. So let's see if we can maybe move some of our players on. I'll quickly show you the player stats for this year. So Cam Thomas is leading the way, 25 points per game. Cam Johnson, 14. Dennis Schroeder, 12. I think he's going to be a piece that we move. Bogdan, 12 off the bench. Claxton, almost a double-double. Finney Smith, almost 8. Killian Hayes, 8 in limited minutes. Sharp, Simmons, and Trenton Watford. So Simmons is not playing out too well, but I do want to keep him. We'll just give him less minutes. It is absolutely bucketing down. So hopefully you guys don't hear the noise. I'll just move my mic closer to me. So I'm going to look for some trades for Dennis Schroeder and we'll be back. The first move we're going to make the deadline is we're going to trade Bojan and a first round pick. This is a swap worse with the Clippers from the Clippers. We're going to get a better suited 2027 first round pick, which we can eventually trade. And we're going to get back Kevin Huerter, who's a little bit younger, who's having a down year. I think he could play a good part off the bench for us. So we're going to make this big trade. Well, not big trade. It's an okay trade. I couldn't find anything for Dennis Schroeder, But we're going to look if we can maybe move on from Dorian Finney-Smith. I think he's the next one that we might need to move on from. He's potentially was going to be our starter, or he is our starter. So we might have to look to play Zaire Williams and bring Jalen Williams or Whitehead back if we can find a good trade for him. But we're just shedding a lot of cap space. We're getting rid of a lot of money that is going to be expiring in the next few years, which, you know, could be handy. But I think we just need to get off a lot of these contracts just so we can make some better moves later. So if we can't find any contracts for them, we might have to hold them to the end of the year. But yeah, there's nothing really for Finney-Smith. There's nothing really for Schroeder either. So I haven't really been able to cook up too much. I did want a lot of picks, but I think maybe we just let these guys, or like maybe even throw them together and see if we can get a better player. I'm not even sure. Like, I don't want to be too good this year. I want to be bad, but this is a little bit more challenging because I don't want to give up any picks. So I'm going to keep looking, and I'm going to let you know if we make any moves. The contract extensions are here, and we're going to look at Ben Simmons. He's going to want he's going to want a lot of money. We're going to see if we can get him on 16 over 3 years. He's going to accept, which is great. Finney-Smith will re-sign, but I don't think we want to re-sign him. And no one else is able to re-sign. Okay, cool. So Cam Thomas, we're going to have to pay at the end of the year. He's coming off his rookie deal. So that's going to be money we need. So a lot of these guys we're just going to probably let walk. But Simmons, I feel like we want to keep him on the team just as a backup power forward. We could potentially move him later down the track. But end of the season, Luka is your MVP, averaging a 34-point triple-double. Rookie of the year goes to Zachary Risacher. Haven't seen that before. It's normally Saar or a couple other guys. Sixth man of the year goes to Russ. Defensive player of the year goes to Wemby. Cade Cunningham, most improved. Clutch player of the year goes to Trae Young. Jason Kidd is coach of the year, and executive of the year is the OKC dude. Do we get anyone on any of these teams? I don't think so. We're pretty bad, so we're going to have to work on our team quite a bit. Do we get anyone on any of these teams? We don't. Okay, fun. Do we make the playoffs at all? We don't, so that's a good thing. So let's just see what happens in the finals. Next year, we're going to hopefully bounce back once we maybe pick up a Cooper Flag, maybe pick up an Ace Bailey, pick up someone like that. So it's Luka versus the Knicks, the Mavs versus the Knicks, and the Mavs win in 7, and Luka is your finals MVP. Amazing. Good to see. As a Mavs fan, I'm happy with that. So the Lakers, LeBron retires, and I don't think we have Edward on our team retire, which is okay. Klay Thompson always does this. We're going to keep Klay Thompson in the league for a little bit longer. Joe Ingles is retiring. Okay, cool. All right, so staff retirements. We have a few guys on. Jay Hernandez is the assistant coach. So we're going to have to fill out our staff rotation after. So this is going to be the biggest part of the video. So this is going to make or break what happens. I'm hoping we get a couple of, or maybe 2 top 10 picks, and the rest can be just wherever inside the lottery. I think we have 3 picks. I think we traded one of our picks away. So let's see what happens here. We get the 2nd pick. Okay, cool. So we get the 2nd pick, and then I think we fall a little bit further down. We get 28. We get 9 as well. Okay, so that's fine. I'm completely fine with that. Staff signing. I think we're going to keep Hernandez around. Don't think we're going to get rid of him yet. We're going to need an assistant GM. These guys are always fun to try and find. Maybe we can just let the coaching do it for us. Assistant head coach, this is going to be a little bit important. I think we need to bring in someone that is going to be good for us. I actually kind of like the idea of bringing in like a Billy Donovan. We'll see if he wants to sign that. I don't know if he will. Taylor Jenkins actually wouldn't be too bad, or Will Hardy. I don't think Donovan will accept, but we'll see what happens. Shot Doctor, we'll just fill some of these guys out. And so we get Billy Donovan to come in and be our coach, which is nice to see. Or our assistant head coach, which is nice to see. Bit of a change for him. Post D coach, we'll just offer people money. Guard Guru. These are always never coming up. But we'll fill this out. And then I think we need to just figure out who we want to draft. I'm leaning towards Ace Bailey if Cooper Flag doesn't want to, well, goes first. I think the Warriors were the first pick, so we'll see what happens there. But Ace Bailey would be great for us. We do need a point guard. That's the thing. We do need a point guard. So we're going to have to think about that. So they all sign. So we fill out our coaching staff. Let's move into NBA draft. This is going to be very interesting because if we pick up Cooper Flag, we don't need to have Ben Simmons around anymore because Cam Johnson can come off the bench, or we can maybe fit Cam Johnson into the team. So let's see who goes first. So the Warriors select Dylan Harper. The Warriors select Dylan Harper, which means Cooper Flag is left to us. Cooper Flag is left to us. Okay, we're taking Cooper Flag. That has to be done. I'm gonna see. So if Ace Bailey goes next. If they get Nolan Traore, then okay, they head him a luck. Okay, if Nolan Traore goes to 6, we might offer Wizards a couple picks. So Noah goes next. Can we look to propose a trade? Can we move up in this draft? The Wizards have 6. I would love to get Nolan Traore into this team. I feel like that would be such a good pickup. We have... I will offer 9, and I'll offer... I do want to keep 28, just in case. I'll offer 9 and a couple seconds. Let's see if they'll accept this trade. They don't. Okay, I'll literally give you... I don't want to give up 28, because I still think we could get someone good at that number. So I will give up a... I don't even know. I don't know what I'll give up. I kind of want to keep these then. I will give up a 2027 Knicks first round pick because I think they're going to be good. I think I'm willing to depart with that. Can we get this for pick 6? They don't accept. Okay, I'll throw in pick 10 as well. They accept. Okay, so we can now pick up Nolan Traore, which he's going to be an amazing point guard, and I'm really happy with that. Okay. Do we do this? I think we do this. Let's pick up Nolan Traore. So we just make like the perfect draft. We pick up a power forward, a generational power forward, and a point guard that's going to carry us into the future. And we can also pick up someone else here. I'm going to pick up... We have a lot of depth for a lot of these positions. So I think we take... I don't know who we take here. Isaiah Evans sounds good, but Asa Noel. I think we'll take Asa Noel. And we do have another pick, which I don't think we'll pick up someone. We'll take Tyrese Prosper, but we'll most likely use them in a trade down the track. So, wow, what a huge draft for the Nets. I think this is going to jet us all the way back up into contention with Cooper Flag. So Finney-Smith is going to accept, so we'll extend to him. But we might look to trade him. We might even look to, bring this rebuild forward a little bit. So, okay, so that's perfect. So we need to qualify an offer. We'll give Trendon Watford the qualifying offer as well. So Zaire Williams, he played pretty well for us this year. He could be our backup or our starting small forward. Trendon Watford, I don't think we need now. I don't think we're going to need now that we have Cooper Flag, which is okay. We'll see if we can get the qualifying offer on him. Cam Thomas, we're going to pay straight away, and Darren Sharp, we need to pay straight away too. So this is going to be a huge offseason for us. So Cam Thomas wants, okay, we're going to get him on a steal. We're going to lock him away for 26 million. Darren Sharp only wants, we'll give him 10, I think. We'll lock him away from 10 for 3. And Zaire Williams is still there too. Trendon Watford is still there too. So both those guys are going to agree, which is great. We're going to say goodbye to Dennis Schroeder. We're going to say goodbye to him. I think we'll bring back Killian Hayes. I don't hate that. I think he'll be good as a backup point guard. So Killian Hayes and Trendon Watford are 2 that we need to look out for here. So we'll see if we can get those 2 back too. And I think our team is just going to be pretty solid after this. So Zaire Williams wants a little bit of money. So we'll offer him 8 over 3. He could be a trade piece. And then we've got... So Trendon Watford is here. So... I think we'll give Trendon Watford We'll see if he'll accept that. And Killian Hayes, we'll see if he'll accept that. So, okay, we get Zaire Williams, we get Trent Watford, we get Killian Hayes, we get them all. Amazing. That's huge. What an offseason for us. So we bring in Cooper Flagg, we bring in Nolan Traore, and we managed to bring back the kind of core group of players that we're going to look to keep. So that's huge. Hopefully we can fit them all in the cap. I think we're going to be over the cap a little bit, but we signed all of them. Okay, we signed them all. That's insane. That is huge for us. That's huge for the Nets. I thought we were going to lose a couple of these guys, but that's okay. How much Australian Green want? We can't even afford him if we wanted to. I think we move on to player progression now. I think our team is set. We've got a lot of money that's kind of just sitting around, so we could potentially look to make a big trade. I don't even know what we would do. Okay, so we've got Nolan Traore, who's going to be our starting point guard. We have, let's see if we can move Cam Johnson to the small forward. Does he go up or down? Let's see. So he goes up one. Okay, so I'm fine with that. We'll play him as a small forward. Cooper Flagg's going to be our starting power forward. And then I think we might look to move on from Noah Clowney, even though he could be a really good player, but I don't think we're going to play him. Kevin Huerter, we could potentially bring in someone really good. Okay, I know I said I wanted to start Cam Johnson as a starting small forward, but I feel like Michael Porter Jr. would be awesome for this team. He had a bit of a down year last year, but that three-point shot would be awesome on this team next to Cooper Flagg, next to the players that we have, Claxton, Thomas, those sorts. So I feel like he could be such a good player here, and we could just give him the three ball. That'd be nice. So I'm going to throw Ben Simmons in this trade. I know I said I wanted to keep him. I kind of do want to keep him. If we can keep him out of this, that would be nice. So who's on good money? So we've got Kevin Huerter here that we could definitely look to move on from. I actually don't hate that. So that's a 2-star value. He's expiring at the end of the year. And then we've got a lot of players on a lot of money here. So I'll throw in Trent Watford as well as a young player. And I'll give up one pick. We'll throw in this Kings pick as well that we did get with the Kevin Huerter trade. This might be a lot for Michael Porter Jr. I'll see if we can get it done without the first round pick. And they don't say yes. So we'll throw in that first round pick. They say yes. Okay, so we bring in Michael Porter Jr. That is awesome for us. So he's going to be our starting small forward. Cam Johnson, man. What are we going to do with you? He could be our backup small forward. That's okay. Which means Zaire Williams and Dariq Whitehead and those types are becoming a bit expendable. We want to make sure that we're good. Can Dariq Whitehead play? Can he play the 2? He can't play the 2. Just Jalen Wilson. He can't play the 2 either. Killian Hayes goes up as a backup 2, but I think we need him as the backup 1. Okay, that's going to be a bit tricky. What do we force Dariq Whitehead to play the backup 2? I think that might be okay. Okay, so we're going to send Norwell Prosper to the G League. I'm going to see if we can fit some of these guys into the rotation. There might be another trade to be made. I might see what else we can do here. We do have a couple players that we might be able to pass on for picks or something. Like Clowney's never going to crack the rotation. And I don't think a couple of these guys are going to crack the rotation either. So I'm going to see if we could potentially move on from Clowney here. Maybe get a pick for him or something like that. Doesn't look like there's much. Zach Edey and a first-round pick. The Hawks are giving up 2 first-round picks. So I'll do this with the Hawks. I know Clowney can be a really good player in 2K, but I just want to get some stuff for these players that probably aren't going to crack the rotation for us. So Jalen Wilson can definitely come in. But is he going to come in? That's the question. I don't think we're ever going to play Keon Johnson now that Dariq Whitehead's the shooting guard. So we'll see if we can move on from him too. Dean Wade and his first-round pick. 2029 first-round pick, and the Jazz are going to offer us a couple first-round picks. So I'm fine with that. So hopefully we don't need to cut too many people. I'm fine to move on now. I think our rotation is set. We made a lot of moves this offseason to kind of foolproof or future-proof this rebuild. So Ben Simmons is up to an 83 overall. Cameron Johnson's up to an 80 overall. Sharp is a 79 overall, so that's a great backup. We've got Zaire Williams, Killian Hayes, Jalen Wilson, Whitehead, a bunch of guys improving as well. So I'm very happy with this team. I think we're going to at least make it through to the play-ins next year. So potentially this rebuild drops from a 5 to a 3 if we win a title. So we'll see how this goes, but I'll set the rotation and show you guys before we start. So on paper, this team looks really good. Nolan Trayor, Cam Thomas, Michael Porter Jr., Cooper Flagg, Claxton. That's the starting 5. We've got Johnson, Simmons, Sharp, Killian Hayes, and Whitehead off the bench as well. We're not going to play Zaire Williams, which is unfortunate. I know he had a pretty good season last year, but I want to see what Dariq Whitehead can do. And I want to see what Ben Simmons can do as well. We might even give him a few less minutes, so we might even throw that to Dariq Whitehead as well. We'll see how things go here. But I'm happy with this team. We did a lot of work to make this team as good as they look. So Traore is obviously going to develop and Cooper Flagg is going to develop. So I'm hoping we make it to at least the play-ins this year. I'll see you guys at maybe the contract extension deadline to see if we can extend anyone. But if not, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. I don't think we're going to stop at the deadline this year. So end of the season 2, Shea is your MVP Rookie of the Year goes to Cooper Flagg. There we go. Sixth Man of the Year goes to Josh Giddey at the Heat this year. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Wemby, like always. Rob Dillingham, most improved. Clutch Player of the Year goes to Cade. And the OKC guys are Coach and Executive of the Year. Do we get anyone else on any of these teams? I don't think we're going to. Obviously, Cooper Flagg there. And Nolan Traore came second. Okay, that's amazing to see. Where did we finish? So we dropped down a little bit. We're a play-in team, which is exactly what I wanted, to be honest. I wanted this. Let's see how everyone kind of fared. So Cam Thomas, 22 points, 2.6 and 3.3. Michael Porter Jr. kind of stayed the same. Cooper Flagg's almost 16. But those numbers are just insane from a first-year player. Even Nolan Traore, that's insane. Almost 9 assists a game. He's a beast. Yeah, this team is good. I'm not going to fool around with the rotation too much. We made it to the playoffs. If we win, we win. If we lose, we lose. That's okay. We lose, but we play another game. So let's see. And we make it through. So we beat Milwaukee. So we get some playoff experience under our belt. They have Hardaway Jr. on their team. Okay, interesting. How did this go? Cam Thomas, 24 points. Michael Porter Jr., 20 points. Cooper Flagg, 16. That's insane. So we're coming up against the Charlotte Hornets. I'm okay if we lose this. Charlotte with a number 1 seed. So we win game 2. They win game 3. Game 4 goes to us. And then game 5 goes to the Hornets. Game 6 goes to... Okay, well, we make it through. This is insane. Who do the Hornets have? LaMelo Ball, Cody Martin, Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Mark Williams, Trey Jones. Okay. So... I'm thinking we maybe drop this down now to a different rotation. So they're playing Sharp over Claxton. I don't want to do that. We'll play them a lot of minutes each. Cam Thomas 37 minutes. I'm fine with the rest of this lineup. I think they want to play Killian Hayes. I think I'm okay with that. 1 more minute can go to Cooper Flagg. All right, let's see what happens against Orlando. Game 1 goes to Orlando. Game 2 goes to the Nets. Game 3 goes to the Nets. Game 4 goes to Orlando. Game 5 goes to Orlando. And then Game 6 goes to the Nets. Game 7, ladies and gentlemen, in our second season in charge, goes to the Magic. So the Nets get eliminated. That's okay. I didn't expect us to get this far, but we did. So Wemby is your Western Conference Finals MVP, and Jalen Brunson is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And the Spurs win in 5 after having one of the worst seasons last year. Insane. Wow. Okay, that's pretty crazy. I'm actually pretty shocked that we made it this far. They got Jalen Johnson, Anwan Nunez, Stephen Castle, Zach Collins, Drake Powell. Oh yeah, they selected Noah. Okay, interesting. So our 3rd season in charge. We'll see what happens after this season. If we win, then we might play one more. If we lose, then we'll go another one. But we'll just see. So staff retirements, player retirements. Go to the lottery. I don't think we have many picks in this year's draft. So we end up having pick 20, which is fine. And we have pick 9 via Atlanta. Okay. So we could potentially still get a really good player in this draft. Or we can make a big trade. or we can draft and then trade. I'm actually fine drafting and then trading. So is Jordi Fernandez the guy? I think Jordi Fernandez might be the guy. We made it that far into him last year, so we'll leave him in charge. Every time we fire a coach and try and get someone else, it always doesn't go our way. So NBA draft time. I'm going to skip through to my pick. We got pick 9. So Caleb Wilson's here. Malik Thomas is here. Bryson Tiller is here. Caden Boozer is here. Brother of Cameron Boozer. We do pick him quite a bit, but I do like how he develops. I kind of like Malik Thomas. I kind of like that. But Caleb Wilson is a B overall as a power forward. Dennis Rodman, I think that's silly if we don't pick him. I know we got pick 22, so we can also pick up Caden Boozer. Wow, that is huge. And then we have a late pick. But I'm willing to trade this. I don't think we need to trade these, so I will trade them for future picks. There we go. Amazing. Thank you, Cleveland. And they end up taking Chris Senny. I don't know. This guy. A center. So AJ Benson goes number 1 to the Thunder. Cameron Boozer goes to the Bulls. Pretty predictable there. So rookie signings, we'll bring both these guys in. They're pretty good. We'll give Prosper and Whitehead the team options. So qualifying offers is going to be interesting. So Jalen Wilson's going to want something, and Tommy Gibson we just bought in so we can send some players to the G League. So I'd like to bring back Jalen Wilson. I know he's probably not going to, stick around, but we'll see. So Bird offers, Jalen Wilson's going to want a little bit of money. We'll just offer him that, and then we'll see who else is here. So I guess we can bring back Wilson. We can just keep paying him, I guess. We can just keep him on the roster so we can send guys down to the G League. So Jalen Wilson's going to accept. And then we don't have much money, but there's a lot of guys here that are really good. Okay. I'm going to do some intel. I'm going to do some scouting and see if there's anyone that we can bring in. I think we're just going to leave this team to develop as they are. I don't think we're going to make a big trade. There's no position we really need like a insane trade in anyway. We have a lot of young players on this list, which is going to be what's going to be difficult moving forward. So like that Ben Simmons or someone like that does become expendable potentially at the trade deadline. So I honestly think we might be okay with what we have. Is there someone here that we can maybe bring in on like a small deal? Fontecchio's here. We can just maybe offer him a small contract to see if he'll accept that and maybe use him as a trade piece as well. I don't think he's going to get minutes. He's decided to sign with the Dallas Mavericks. Okay. So who else is here? No one that's really going to be too much value. I don't think anyone here is going to accept a $5 million contract. The Finney Smith we could potentially bring back, but I don't think he'd want to. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think any of these guys are really super valuable. It just could be someone we just throw in the trade piece. Okay, I'm fine with just moving on. So let's see what player progression does. Hopefully everyone's moving up. We don't have too many older players, but I think Ben Simmons maybe at the deadline could be in danger. Wow, look at that. Our starting 5 is growing nicely. That's insane. Love to see that. Simmons is an 83 overall, so he's 30. Cam Johnson's 30 as an 80 overall as well. Sharp's up to an 80. Whitehead is 77, which is nice to see. Ziaire Williams is 77. Killian Hayes. Caleb Wilson is coming in. Yeah, there's so many good players on this team, man. I actually don't know where they all fit in. This is going to be a really interesting lineup. I'm going to see what I can do. We might even make some trades earlier in this season. But yeah, this is our 3rd season in charge. Hopefully we can make it through to where we made it last year. We need to cut 2 players. Okay. That's going to be sad. I think we might have to say goodbye to our roster filler, our 40 overall Gibson. At least he got a little bit of a payday. Asa Noel, I would love to keep him around, but we might not be able to keep him around for too much longer. I think maybe we look to trade Killian Hayes because I like Cameron Boozer a lot. Hello, Killian Hayes. Is there anyone out here we can... they want to trade Trey Jones and a first-round pick for Jalen Wilson as well. Trey Jones would be pretty good just to have as a backup point guard. They want to... I know I signed Jalen Wilson and I haven't all the intentions in the world to pick him up, but I kind of vibe with this trade, not gonna lie. It does make us a lot better. Kira Lewis, just a first-round pick, which isn't terrible. Kyle Anderson, that's a definite no. I'm gonna do this trade. If they want Killian Hayes and Jalen Wilson and we get a first-round pick back, I'm taking Trey Jones. That's insane. So we get rid of a few players that we need to. So the roster is going to look interesting. I think we're going to send these two guys down to the G League again, which is not really fair on them, but it is what it is. And we get a lot better. We get a lot better still. So Trayor, Cam Thomas, we're going to go out to a 10-man rotation. So Trayor, Thomas, Michael Porter Jr., Flag, Claxton. I think Simmons is now going to get a lot less minutes. He might not even get any minutes because I want to play Whitehead. Caleb Wilson, though. And I really did want to play Boozer as well, but maybe we can send Boozer down to the G League for a year too. Okay, so our rotation this year is going to be very, very interesting. I think we're going to have an interesting trade deadline as well. So Trayor is an 84 overall. He's going to be our point guard. Cam Thomas, 86 overall shooting guard. Michael Porter Jr., 86 overall small forward. Cooper Flag, 84 overall power forward. Claxton, 84 overall center. Trey Jones is going to be our 6th man. Darren Sharp is going to be a 7th man. Whitehead, 8th man. Boozer, 9th man. And Wilson, 10th man. So there's 2 notable absentees on this list. And that's Cam Johnson and Ben Simmons. I just feel like Cam Johnson... he's been really good for us. He's been really, really good for the Nets. I think he could be a trade piece at the deadline. Ben Simmons, you know, he played okay last year as well. 50% from 3. Okay, interesting. But I think the additions of Cam Boozer, or Kane Boozer, sorry, and Caleb Wilson are going to be great for us. They're 77 overalls and they're just going to be going up. So this team is solid. If it's bad, then we might need to switch up the rotation, but I'm really happy with what we have. We're a 3.5-star balanced. I think I see you guys at the deadline, and then we make a change or we think about what we do. We started the season a bit shaky, but I think we're going to roll into it nicely. It might be a contract extension update or an end of the year update. Okay, I'm stopping at the trade deadline because I think we could get Cam Johnson another job somewhere else. We're 32 and 18. We're 3rd in the conference. Power ranking has us 2nd. I'm going to look to see if we can find a trade for Cam Johnson that I'll be okay with doing. We're going to save a little bit of money as well. And then we might even look to trade Ben Simmons too. I know I didn't want to do this, but this team is just too good. These guys aren't really being used at all. So we could take in DeAndre Hunter. I mean, Cam Johnson's expiring at the end of the year. So I don't actually know. Some of these trades are pretty fair though. VanVleet signed a huge contract. They want to give Jalen Johnson. They will trade us Jalen Johnson, who's not having a great year. I think maybe we just let these guys expire, which is very sad, but okay, there's nothing to be done. Will anyone give us anything for Ben Simmons, who's on a little bit less money? I don't want to make a big trade. I don't want to change this team too much. Maybe the Claxton trade could be on the cards. To Kuzma, there's a lot of guys that they'll give up. Jalen Johnson as well. They'll give us a 2nd-round pick for Jalen Johnson as well. That's insane. I don't know how he has such high trade value. At 30, sorry. Jalen Johnson's averaging much more points than he is. This feels like I'm cheating the game. Like Ben Simmons isn't even that good, but everyone's looking at maybe giving us up. They'll give us Laurie. Okay, maybe we can look to let me have a look and see. I know we have a very good defensive center, but if he's really not pulling Oh, wow. Okay. So, Cam Thomas, 22 points a game. Cooper Flag, 20. Nolan Trayor, 17. And almost 9 assists still. Michael Porter Jr. is playing really well. Derek Whitehead's playing really well. So, yeah, I think we need to maybe upgrade at the center position. I know he's 63% from the field goal percentage. His plus minus is 5. I'm gonna see if there's anything we can potentially do to. I do really like him though. I do like Nick Claxton. But if we can do like Claxton and Claxton and Simmons, that's insane. And we have so many first round picks this year. We can maybe get like. I have an idea of who I kind of want to bring in, and I think I do this a little bit, but I think. Okay, so, I think this makes us an absolute contender. I like Dennis Smith Jr. We can get him a ring. Okay? I'm willing to throw in 2 first round picks. We'll give up another first round pick. We'll do this trade too. Do we give up another one? Okay, let's see if they'll do this. I'm going to trade Nick Claxton and Ben Simmons for Bam and Dennis Smith Jr. We're going to give up 2 first round picks in this trade as well. If they don't do it, we've got so many first round picks. They do. They accept. Somehow, some way, we just got better. Somehow, some way, we just got better. Wow. Even if he drops down to 15 points per game, that's insane. Okay. I think we're winning it all this year. I honestly do. Incomplete game plan? We don't have an incomplete game plan. What are you talking about? Okay, let's refresh this. So I want to get Caden Boozer back into this lineup. So sorry, Jalen Johnson or Cam Johnson, you're not playing for us. I am gobsmacked. I'm gonna stuff it. Let's do this as the rotation. And then we'll give some more minutes to Trayor. Yeah, I think we're good with this. What a team, man. What a team. System proficiency is a 4-star balanced. Is there anyone that wants to sign? So Michael Porter Jr. is going to be probably out of here at the end of the year, but I'm fine with that. If we win a championship, we'll do another year. Let's see how we go. So at the end of year 3, Shea is your MVP. Rookie of the year goes to Cameron Boozer, not Caden Boozer. Sixth man of the year goes to Topic. Wemby goes to Defensive Player of the Year again. Most improved goes to Drake Powell. Shaden Sharp is Clutch Player of the Year. Coach of the Year are the OKC guys. So do we get anyone on any of these teams? We apparently do not. So that's okay. We do get Cooper Flag on All Defensive second team. Surely would have got Bam on here. That's okay. And we get Caden Boozer here and Caleb Wilson here. So amazing. We are the first seed. We are the first seed. I am just blown away with that. Cam Thomas, Cooper Flag, Bam, Nolan Trayor, Michael Porter Jr., Trey Jones, Caden Boozer, Whitehead, Wilson, and Sharp. So, and Dennis Smith Jr. apparently got some minutes for us. Maybe he played for the Heat. Okay. So we're going to take this really serious. We're going to drop this down to a 9-man rotation. I'm going to do this manually, I think. So Caleb Wilson played pretty well. But I think we're going to take... do we take his minutes away or do we take Whitehead's away? I'm going to take Whitehead's away. I know that there's a little bit better in overalls, but I think this is going to be a little bit better. Caden Boozer wasn't even playing for us. That's insane. Okay, I didn't realize that. So we've got 7 minutes. We'll go 33. We'll go 35. Michael Porter Jr. can get 30. Cooper Flag can get 35. And, oh, well, they want to play Cam Johnson, which isn't going to happen. We'll give Caden Boozer all these minutes. Or maybe Whitehead can get these minutes after all. Yeah, maybe Whitehead can get these minutes after all. We'll play... Oops. I'm messing this up. We'll play Whitehead over Caden just for this year. So Trey Jones is going to get 20 minutes, 18, 18, 16. I think that's good. And we'll go 35 to those guys. Okay, I think this is solid. I'm happy with that. Who is our matchup going to be? So we come up against Cade Cunningham, Branham, Asar Thompson, Bobby Clement, and Şengün. So Şengün is here now. Let's have a look and see how things go. So we go up. We win a 6. Amazing. Cool. And we come up against the Knicks, who have Brunson, Vincenzo, OG, and Mobley. They haven't really changed. They got Jaden Ivey, though. So game 1 goes to the Knicks. Game 2 goes to the Nets. Game 3 goes to the Knicks. Game 4 goes to the Nets. Game 5 goes to the Nets. And then game 6 goes... Okay, so we're here in game 7. Let's see how things go. Up against the Knicks. So we're the Brooklyn Nets. So it's a bit of back and forth. They have a really good second quarter. We have an okay third. Our fourth looks like we're going to absolutely run away with that, and we win. We end up blowing them out. So we're here in the conference finals, taking on Charlotte. I will just check this to make sure it hasn't updated, which it hasn't, which is all good. I'm nervous, but I think we should have this. So Charlotte win game 1. We win game 2. We win game 3. We win game 4, and then game 5 goes to us, and we're here and the conference finals in our 3rd year in charge, going up against the Grizzlies. Cooper Flagg is your Eastern Conference Finals MVP, and Ja Morant is your Western Conference Finals MVP. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to the Grizzlies. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4 goes to the Grizzlies. Game 5 goes to us, and then game 6 goes to the Grizzlies. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It's a really back and forth game. The 3rd at the moment, they're up by quite a bit. So hopefully we can bounce back in the 4th. It looks like we might be going down in game 7, which is really annoying, to be honest. And we lose by 10. Okay, so we make it all the way to the NBA Finals, and the Grizzlies win the championship. Ja Morant is your Finals MVP. So we're going again. This might even be a 5-year rebuild. We'll sign them both. Team player options. All these guys are going to be back on the team options. And then qualifying offers, we have Dariq Whitehead and Prosper. Okay. So Dariq Whitehead, hopefully he doesn't want too much. I'm not expecting he wants too much. Michael Porter Jr. we're going to have to pay. So I'll give him 4. I'll give him 21 over 4. Hopefully he accepts that. Whitehead wants a lot of money, so we'll see if he'll accept that. This is a championship team, so both those guys agree to come back, which is amazing. And Tyrese Prosper, I think we might have to let walk. He's a 73 overall. So at the end of the year 4, Shea is your MVP. Rookie of the year goes to Ahmed Noel. 6th man of the year goes to Nikola Topic. Wemby, defensive player of the year, most improved Darren Peterson. Luka is your clutch player of the year over... Is he in the... Wait, does it say where he's playing right now? Is that the Clippers? That looks like a really weird jumper. Okay, moving on. Our coach of the year goes to Mark Daigneault, so we don't even get coach of the year. I don't think we're going to get anyone on any of these teams, which is very annoying. We're Cooper Flagg on all defensive second team, and that's it. So we end up being the 1st seed yet again, with a crazy season. So let's have a look. Cooper Flagg, 19 points per game. Nolan Trayor, 18 points a game. Cam Thomas, 17 points a game. Nolan Trayor is averaging a double-double, and Cooper Flagg is almost averaging a double-double. Bam is averaging almost 14 points, almost 9 rebounds. Michael Porter Jr. still doing Michael Porter Jr. things. If we don't win this year, if I do another season, we might look to upgrade him. Caleb Wilson is playing really bloody good in his 2nd season as well. Whitehead's playing really good. Caden Boozer is playing really good, and everyone else is playing okay as well. So I think we're going to just drop this down to an 8-man rotation. We're going to see where that leaves everyone. We're going to play Michael Porter Jr. over Whitehead still. I want to play all the experience as we can. I'm going to give Cam Thomas more minutes too. So 41 to Nolan Trayor, 30 to Cam Thomas, 30 to Michael Porter Jr., 40 to Bam. So Cooper Flagg and 38 to Bam. That's insane. And they want to play Boozer a lot too. So I'm fine with that. Let's see who our first opponent is going to be. We're going to go up against Detroit again, who haven't changed too much. We should hopefully beat them. And we sweep them. Moving on against the Indiana Pacers, who have Halliburton, Nemhard, Mathurin, Siakam, Turner. So they haven't really changed at all. Let's have a look and see what happens here. So, okay, so we win in 6. Okay, I wasn't able to stop that. And we're coming up against the Chicago Bulls. So I have Lonzo Ball, Highland, or Bones Highland, Butler. They got Jimmy Butler. Cameron Boozer, Robert Williams, and Kobe White. So a very interesting team here. And we quickly win N5. And we're coming up against the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards and Nolan Traore with a 20-point, 15 assist, double-double Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Insane. So against the Timberwolves, we win game 1. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We lose game 2. We lose game 3. We win game 4. We lose game 5. And then game 6, we win. Okay, so this is where things might happen. Okay, so we're going to play Caden Boozer over Cam Thomas. Interesting. But everyone else I'm okay with playing, I guess. We better not lose in 7 again. I'll be really sad. So we have a pretty good first quarter. It's pretty back and forth. Our second quarter was very good in the end. Our third quarter is also very bloody good. And we're running away with this one. And the Brooklyn Nets win in 7. In our 4th year in charge, we bring the Brooklyn Nets back and we win the NBA championship. Amazing. Love to see that. So I actually think the Brooklyn Nets can rebound quite quickly. If they tank next year, they develop some of their younger players they have on their list, and then they go after a Cooper Flag and hopefully get a few first-round picks with some trades. I think they could bounce back really quickly. Cooper Flag, Nolan Traore, Ace Bailey, those players are generational talents. Cooper Flag is going to be the best player out of this draft, but Nolan Traore is looking really good as well. And now, obviously, I don't think you can go out and just scoop up Bam like I did, but that helped a lot. And Michael Porter Jr. is just a piece that we traded for that helped out quite a bit as well. So I'm going to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Let me know down below what you want to see next. I think the next video might be a Toronto Raptors video, but I'll definitely come back and think about that a little bit. But if there's any teams you want to see me rebuild, let me know down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.